Robinson is, you maybe didn't until like recently. This is Mark Robinson. He is a MAGA Republican, a super far right wing. He self-identifies as a black Nazi. It is also highly religious, super anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ, all that stuff. Here's an example of some of the stuff that he's got going on.
Ain't but two genders, ain't nothing but men and women.
He says God called on men to lead, not women.
Called to be led by men when it was.
This man is more horizontal than you'd think a person would be. But that's okay. I mean, who knows? We all get a little chunky, but he's built like a hypocrite. Spoilers, we can watch the rest of the sizzle reel if you'd like. Spoilers, this guy got found out to be a fucking freak on the internet, and CNN just came out with a huge article, and it gets all sorts of receipts and stuff. It's fantastic. I guess we'll just read the article. We'll read the article and talk about this fucking freak. He is the North Carolina gubernatorial candidate. I love saying that. He is going to hopefully lose now, even though he's been saying this kind of shit for a long time. But this is what they like.
It's time to face down Goliath. Sent David, not DeVita, David.
DeVita?
No reason anybody anywhere in America should be telling any child about transgenderism, homosexuality, any of that filth. And yes, I called it filth. We could pass a bill.
Man, it sure sounds like this guy's trying to run cover for some of his own shit and maybe projecting a little bit of his freak shit on other people. I'm just saying.
You can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
He says the civil rights movement in the 1960s was, quote, crap, and that Martin Luther King was a communist. Robinson.
Martin Luther King was a communist. I wish. He was a little bit more on the progressive side, obviously. This is basically him being the worst.
Posted the movie Black Panther was, quote, created by an agnostic Jew to pull the shekels out of your Schwarza pockets.
What?
Using the Yiddish words for money and black.
What the fuck, man?
The Parkland school shooting as spoiled little bastards.
He says,
spoiled little bastards. Got all those extra bullets shot at you. God damn. We really spoil these guys.
the moon landing in 1969 may have been fake. He also says there is a secret ruling cabal that is part reptile.
And said that Beyonce is satanic.
What the hell, Jake?
You can be a loud and proud fascist Nazi, but if you get caught with adult mags, that's no good. It's even worse. So there's an example of the kind of guy we're dealing with. This is called I'm a Black Nazi. North Carolina GOP nominee for governor made dozens of disturbing comments on porn forum. Mark Robinson, the controversial and social conservative Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina, made a series of inflammatory comments on a pornography website message board more than a decade ago in which he referred to himself as a black Nazi and expressed supporting for reinstating slavery, a CNN K-file investigation found. Despite a recent history of anti-transgender rhetoric, Robinson said he enjoyed watching transgender pornography, a review of archived messages found in which he also referred to himself as a perv. That's in quotes. The comments, which Robinson denies making, predate his entry into politics and current stint as North Carolina's lieutenant governor. They were made under a username that CNN was able to identify as Robinson by matching a litany of biographical details and a shared email address between the two. Many of Robinson's comments were gratuitously sexual and lewd in nature. They were made between 2008 and 2012 on Nude Africa, a pornographic website that includes a message board. The comments were made under the username Mini Soldier, a moniker Robinson used frequently online. Robinson listed his full name on his profile for Nude Africa, as well as an email address he used on numerous websites across the internet for decades. You're serious into porn if you are using your full name, email address, and listing your own website. Like, listing yourself on the website. Like, this is crazy. And to comment regularly on a porn site? Wow. Think of the man. That's a kind of dedication. Are any of you avid porn site commenters? Be honest now. It's not going to be as weird as this guy, I don't think. Screenshots show Robinson used Mini Soldier all over the internet. North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson used the same alias and email he used on Nude Africa across several social media platforms, though many of these accounts haven't been active in years. Transgender wrestler Mac Beggs wins second state girls championship. So violence against women is now a sport? This is all the same. This is just receipts using Mini Soldier all over the place. He even gives a zodiac sign. He's a Leo, in case you're interested. Many of Robinson's comments on Nude Africa stand in contrast to his public stances on issues such as abortion and transgender rights. Publicly, Robinson has fiercely argued that people should use bathrooms only that correspond to the gender they were assigned at birth. He's also said transgender women should be arrested for using women's restrooms. If you're a man on Friday night, quote, and it's all the sudden Saturday, you feel like a woman and you want to go in the women's bathroom in the mall, you will be arrested or whatever we got to do to you. Robinson said at a campaign rally in February 2024 this year, we're going to protect our women. Yeah, I mean, what a bag of shit. Whatever we got to do to you. This guy's fucking... he's a big hater. A lot of the times people are haters on trans people or whatever is because of their own inward shame, and they're trying to make you feel ashamed for how dirty they are because, of course, he's an evangelical far right winger, and he's also a dirty piss enjoyer, just saying, and shit enjoyer. Yet privately, under the username MiniSoldier on Nude Africa, Robinson graphically described his own sexual arousal as an adult from the memory of secretly peeping on women in public gym showers as a 14-year-old. Robinson recounted the story as a memory he said he still fantasized about. Quote, I came to a spot that was a dead end but had two big vent covers over it. It just so happened it overlooked the showers. I sat there for about an hour and watched as several girls came in and showered, Robinson wrote on Nude Africa. CNN is not publishing the graphic sexual details of Robinson's story. I went peeping again the next morning, Robinson wrote. So it gets worse, but they're not publishing it. But after I went back, the ladder was locked. So those two times were... the only time I got to do it? Memories. In the other comments on Nude Africa, Robinson discussed his affinity for transgender pornography. Juicy. Quote, this couldn't be any more clear. Quote, I like watching T-on-girl porn. That's fucking hot. It takes the man out while leaving the man in, Robinson wrote. And yeah, I'm a perv too. Okay. Yeah, this is classic stuff, right? So borderline chaser behavior, like obviously fetishizing trans people while advocating against their right to exist, just like normal people. They have to be sexualized. In an interview with CNN on Thursday, Robinson repeatedly denied that he made the comments on Nude Africa. Quote, this is not us. This is not our words. Who's our? And this is not anything that is characteristic of me, Robinson said, presented with a litany of evidence connecting him with the MiniSoldier name on Nude Africa. He said, I'm not going to get into the minutia of how somebody manufactured these salacious tabloid lies. Yeah, just deny it. What else is he going to do? Admit anything? Hell no. You kidding me? CNN first reached out to Robinson on Tuesday with evidence connecting to it and took his campaign 2 days to respond. During his interview with CNN, he repeatedly said that issues that faced North Carolinians were more important than what he called tabloid trash, and he steered the conversation toward attacking his opponent in the race, Democrat Josh Stein, the state's attorney general. We are not getting out of this race. There are people who are counting on us to win this race. Yeah, he's not going to win. No fucking way. He wants them to use the men's room so he can watch them piss. Fucking true. A history of controversial statements. We've gone over some of his statements. Identifying MiniSoldier as Robinson. What's this? Associated video?
Lieutenant Governor Robinson, thank you so much for being willing to talk to us. I think we'll just jump right into it.
Oh, is this is the interview? We can look at his comments after we read this if we want to. On the Nude Africa website, in both comments and his profile, MiniSoldier offered numerous details that align precisely with Robin's personal history. In his profile, MiniSoldier listed his full name as Mark Robinson. Come on, dude. This guy, we're not detecting any internet savvy stuff going on here. This guy keeps his porn in his taxes folder. He disclosed a private email address that Robinson used elsewhere online. In 2012, a user responded to a comment by calling it MiniSoldier Mark. He had like friends that knew his real name on the porn website. My goodness. Mini Soldier mentioned in 2008 being married for 18 years, which corresponds with Robinson's marriage to Yolanda Hill in 1990. In 2011, Mini Soldier wrote that he had been married 21 years. Mini Soldier wrote in a 2011 post that he lived in Greensboro, North Carolina, the same town where Robinson lived at the time and currently lived. He was, with his whole chest, he was like, I love piss and shit and trans porn. Biographical data shared by Mini Soldier online lines up with Robinson details. Here's all of the fucking receipts, his location. I'm in Greensboro. I'm 56 years old. Here's my exact birth date. My fucking height in centimeters. His marriage. Why would you do that? It's so good. Dude, you could scam him with a telephone call. I guarantee it. In a post in 2012, Mini Soldier said he served in the army in the 1980s during the he's just giving his fucking life story. He wrote that his mother he gave his mother's fucking maiden name in fucking she worked at an HBCU. Amazing. He's literally giving biographical data that couldn't be anybody else. This is insane. What? Both Mini Soldier and Robinson posted online about the same topics at the same time. Like reviews for remote-controlled helicopters, their attraction to specific celebrities, and their favorite Twilight Zone episode. You couldn't have more confirmation. You couldn't... The only thing that would be better is having, like... over-the-shoulder camera video of him logging on, like you could see the keyboard, like logging on to Nude Africa and typing these things, then looking into the camera and going, I'm Mark Robinson, and I am doing this, and I endorse this message, which, by the way, includes piss and shit. The email address associated with, there's just so much, we don't need to keep going, this is crazy. A username often used by Robinson as Mini Soldier, slavery is not bad. Okay, so now we're getting into some of the content that he's going through. We have screenshots of some of this. I will be reading them. These are incredibly, if you haven't seen these on the internet yet, these are pretty hot and heavy, man. You haven't sexted more cum brain than this. This is the maximum amount of cum brain. In the pornographic forums, Robinson revealed his unvarnished thoughts on issues such as race, gender, and abortion. Writing in a forum discussing black Republicans in October 2010, Robinson stated, unprovoked, I'm a black Nazi with a hole in the fucking caps. Awesome. Unprovoked. In the same month, Robinson wrote in another post that he supported the return of slavery. Quote, slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring slavery back. I would certainly buy a few, he wrote. Wow. What a guy. What a piece of shit. Has he met Clarence Thomas? I feel like they would get along. In March 2012, Robinson wrote that he preferred the former leader of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, over the leadership in Washington during the administration of Barack Obama. Quote, I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now, he wrote. Robinson's comments on Nude Africa often frequently contain derogatory and racial slurs directed at black, Jewish, and Muslim people. In a series of 7 posts in October 2011, Robinson disparaged Martin Luther King in such intense terms, calling him a, quote, commie bastard, worse than a maggot, a hoe fucking phony, and a huckster, that a user in the thread accused him of being in the KKK. Robinson responded by directing a slur at King. In October 2010, Robinson used the anti-Semitic slur, whatever this is. I guess it's anti-Semitic. I don't want to say it. I've never heard this in my life, though. When discussing how he liked the show Good Times, developed by Norman Lear, saying the show itself was a bunch of, I guess that's a slur, I guess slur-written liberal bullshit. I've never heard that in my life. I don't even know what that means. While discussing the Taliban, I guess I'm just simply not, my power level is too low. It's not all the time. Like, this is not the first time in my internet career that live on camera I have discovered a slur. But this one is, I've never even gotten close to hearing this one. While discussing the Taliban, he referred to, it just gets worse. He referred to Muslims as, quote, little rag-headed bastards, holy shit, and said that if Muslims took over, liberals would be the first ones to be beheaded. The first ones to be beheaded? Robinson also used homophobic slurs frequently, calling other users F-slurs. In a largely positive forum discussion featuring a photo of two men kissing after one returned from the military deployment, Robinson wrote the sole negative comment. That's some old sick-ass F-slur bullshit, he wrote. Okay, so that's what this guy... There's some other things people have found on the internet. This is just... before we even look at it, before any of you read a thing on this, I just want you to know right now that there will be talk of all the bad stuff. Okay, this is very sexual stuff. If you don't want to hear very sexual stuff, too late. Nude Africa message board. Anything goes. 2011. 04 November 1st, 2011. Wife's sister by Mini Soldier. Fucking at lunchtime, 11:24 a.m. He posted it. On a Sunday? What the fuck does it... Wait, on a Sunday? Wasn't this motherfucker in church? He posted this shit at church? Where was this man? October 30th, Sunday, 11:24 a.m. The man just finished a sermon. Here's a quote. Had me another hot morning with the wife's sister. She brought along her laptop this time, and we watched some vids here on, I assume, Nude Africa. The one that really got us hot was called Wet Anal. Okay. Sir, it was only 10 years since 9/11, and you're watching wet anal vids on Nude Africa with your wife's sister moments after church? Come on. That vid got her pussy soaking wet, and y'all know what I did, right? That ass was wet, slick, and good, and pissy. Pissy? And I licked and sucked the pussy and asshole until my face was covered with her funky juices. She leaned back. Don't lick the mic. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. This is fucked up. This is messed up.
What the hell, Jake?
I licked it. Okay? You happy? Is that how you wanted it? Quick and dirty?
What the hell, Jake?
What the hell, Jake? I feel like calling 1-800-SUICIDE right now. If you call 1-800-SUICIDE, it stops you from the suicide, I think. Shiro is Hirio redeemed Say Something Nice. It was really nice of Mark Robinson to post every single possible corroborating detail about himself on this sicko porn website where he talks about his nasty sex surprise right when I was really pumping the Dookie shoot. Good. She shot a long, hot stream of piss up in the air that covered my chest and stomach. It was so fucking hot. She was coming. I was coming. She was pissing. I was covered in piss. And pussy juice and lube. Yeah. I got one more for you. We don't need this one because it's a double dip. I got this one for you too. Just so you know. This guy, hey, and we're going to watch this little clip here. Anytime he's talking about, hey, trans people are sickos or whatever. Okay, you want to get piss and shit on your face. All right, man? I'm back. This is September. Almost 9/11, sir. At least it's at night this time. I'm back. We took a break for a little bit, but picked back up where we left off. I hooked up with my wife's sister, and boy, was it good. That pussy is creamy, and that ass is still slick, shiny, and pissy smelling. Yeah. She tossed my salad while I licked the cream and tongued the asshole good deep. That crack is like crack, and I'm hooked. You're very welcome for the performance That ass is like crack, and I'm hooked. Go. I've died, and this is my personal hell.
There are people killing themselves, and you're chugging soda through a sock.
What a horrible day to be sentient. What a horrible day.
Robinson, thank you so much for being willing to talk to us. I think we'll just jump right into it.
So this is the author of the article, who is Andrew Kaczynski. No relation, I'm sure. No relation to Ted whatsoever.
Do you deny that this account is you?
Well, first off, let me say thank you so much for allowing me to come here and clear the air.
Thank you.
Absolutely do. This is not us. These are not our words, and this is not anything that is characteristic of me, nor has it ever been.
Oh, he's flustered. Anyway, you can see the fear in his eyes, and that's all I wanted you to see. That's beautiful. We can look at him talking later about some of this. Also,
Time to erase that forever.
true.
And we traced them directly to Mark Robinson. We did interview Robinson today, and he categorically denies making these posts. And I'll get to that in just a moment here. But first, I want to walk people through just some of them. Take a look right here at this one. In one place, Robinson called himself a, quote, black Nazi. And when describing then President Barack Obama, writing, quote,
Roasting on CNN right now.
Over any of the shit that's in
So
Washington
good.
Right now, it even goes beyond
My
that.
dick is
Another
actually so
disturbing
moist
post,
it's dripping.
Robinson defended slavery, writing, quote, slavery is not that bad, and I wish they would bring slavery back. I would.
Lasty, I am now asexual. This has turned me off so far. I lost my genitalia entirely. I am now void of sexual intent. That's good. You're pure now. This is the whole point.
All of these comments and many others that you can read on CNN.com were made on the message board of a porn website called Nude Africa. And Jake, in addition to those posts, he also expressed views on Nude Africa that sharply contradict his current policies as a socially conservative candidate for governor. For example, he has been vocally anti-transgender, but look at what Robinson wrote on the porn message board more than a decade ago.
It's so good.
Like watching transgender porn, adding, quote, that's effing hot, and called himself a, quote, perv.
I love whenever these fucking far right wingers get what's coming to them. It's so glorious. There's not much that's more satisfying. And so I guess that's it. That's the only thing that came out about Mark Robinson. Just kidding. Psych. Also today, his email address was found on Ashley Madison, which is a website you join if you want to. Apparently, I actually had to ask Sarah about this. She had all the details. This is a website that you go to. It's a dating website for cheaters. Like, you must be like middle class suburban cheaters. Like, but you're all knowing that you're cheating. Like, oh, all of us are cheating.
It's cold.
We're all monogamously cheating. Anyway, so he was found on Ashley Madison too. I don't need to read this. I just wanted to let you know that it didn't stop. I mean, he admitted in that other one to like cheating on his wife with her sister, I guess, but I don't even know if that's real. Who knows? It's just that he's a sicko. That's what we really need to take out of this is that he's a sicko and a hypocrite. This would be no big deal, honestly. If it was a liberal, I wouldn't give a shit. Because they'd be, if it was a sex positive person in general, I would not give a shit. Who would care, right? You can love, hey, if you want to get poo-pooed on, which is fine, go and get poo-pooed on, okay? It's not for me, it's for you. More poo-poo for you. You go do it. I don't care. But if you're hypocritically, like, against all of that shit and calling people degenerates all the time, I mean, you can't have any weird sex ever. You can't even have sex, honestly. It doesn't look like he's going to win North Carolina. This could flip the state for Kamala, which is huge. Not joking. It really could. Every single thing counts right now for the Republicans and the Democrats, really. But, like, the Republicans are on the defense, and they keep losing. Like, everything about this cycle is going great for left-leaning people relative to how it was going. Since he dropped out, it's been going really well.